Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have my Subterror deck for you guys. The deck I played at YCS Utrecht. I wasn't very successful, I was slightly successful. After day one I had a record of 6-1, still being able to make top cut, and I sadly lost my very first round day one, or day two. So sadly I could not make top cut anymore and I dropped after the tournament. But there were a couple of things I want to talk about in here because I do think that the deck performed really well. It was really, in my opinion, of course, it was well built. It was supposed to do what it was supposed to do what it was doing. But the only real bad thing about my experiences was that I bricked unrealistically much and I had really, really bad hands the entire tournament. So I want to talk about that for a little bit because yeah, the deck honestly built like this, it's supposed to work real good, but I bricked so many times. I had it happened 2 times, like almost the exact same hand, like judgment, strike, called by, draw for turn, final battle, stuff like that. It's just super unrealistic. Like overall, I drew Hidden City probably 7 times over 10 rounds, which is quite few, to be honest. And I drew like my one-off Grave Clash like 7 times, 5 times, something like that. It was insane. So yeah, let's talk about the deck, and then afterwards we'll talk about some matchups. So of course it is Guru control. We played a triple Subterror Guru, triple Fiendus, 1 Humistrix, and a 1 Archer. That's my Subterror monster list. Then the only monster hand trap is triple Ash, one of the most diverse cards this format, and the only one that I really wanted to include in the main. The only other hand trap I'm playing is Impermanence, but we'll talk about that later. So this is the only monsters I play in the deck. For the spells, triple City and the Terraforming makes sense. More consistency, the triple Extravagance, and the double Duality. I underestimated this card. I probably should have played 3. I really liked it, but you know, in hindsight, I bricked so many times that I wish I had 3 of these. So yeah, like earlier in testing at locals, the deck performed so good. I never brick with the deck anyway, but like at the YCS it was unrealistically much. So I'm not sure if I should do something about that. Play the double Cold, the double Cyclone. 2-2, I like to have answers for back row in my main. This card is great against Lunalight, against Spiral, against back row decks like other guys as well. Same goes for this one, same matchups. This card is really good. It also helps you defend with the Ash on the Hidden City, stuff like that. These 2 cards are really great. Maybe I'm able to put them to 3. I'm not sure about that though. And the last spell card is the Cave Clash. So even I bricked on this card 5 times. The reason I won most of those games were because it was the Cave Clash. This card was insane the entire tournament because I drew so many bad hands and this card helped me build my field up so good. Like I only had a Guru and a Fiendus, then the next turn flip Guru at the Cave Clash, attack at the Fiendus back, and you have your field presence, and this card helped so many times. This card is insane. Like it's so unrealistic that I have this card in my hand 5 times at the start of the duel. That's insane, but you know, it happened. There's nothing I can do about that, but it just sucks, you know. But overall, this card was insane and I really liked it. Searched it up a bunch of times. It helped me when I hard drew it a bunch of times. Like, there were only some times where I had a dead hand and it was in there where it was like, yeah, I wish. But I will keep it in. I played a triple Final Battle. Card is insane. Unless you don't have Guru, then this card sucks, of course. And I played triple Judgment. In a format like this, it is super important because I won like 4 die rolls, and out of the matches, like 3 to 4 other times people let me go first anyway. And it was always like I do my field and I pass my turn, and they say battle phase evenly. You Fiendus it, they do the second evenly, or the Lightning Storm, you Judgment it. This card is insane. It is definitely necessary in a control deck like this. And a triple Strike. This card is great as well. Maybe 3 is too much because it was dead, you know, but if I draw hands like double Judgment, 1 Strike, then of course it's gonna suck. So I did like the card. It performed well against decks like Lunalight. It performed well against Dinos as well, so 3 came in handy. Then the most underperforming card of the deck was Infinite Impermanence. This card did nothing. This card should really be a different hand trap, or just a different card in general, maybe the third duality and the Callby and the Cyclone. But yeah, this card really never came up and always was just mediocre, so yeah. The last card of the deck was something I was testing for a while. It's a Gozen Match. This is probably the best performing card in the deck, because when I bricked and I had this card, I was still able to survive. This card helped me play through Lunalight, combo fields, it helped me stop Spirals players, it helped me stop against Dinos. This card was insane. This card was great. It's the only reason that I probably made day 2, because when I bricked but I had this card, I could still keep stalling until I drew a good card to play. For the extra deck, I actually link summoned this tournament, which I have never done before. This is Ausa. I made him once against Dinos. The other card I made twice in the same matchup was the Mrs. Radiant. That's all I made the entire tournament. The rest is basically for show. The idea is that you can normal summon Ash, summon something back, then make either a Unicorn or a Phoenix. Yeah. I don't play Super Poly. I play one of this, one of this, one of this, mostly for memes, but you know, it's in there. I actually played Cyber Dragons, so this card actually came up once as well, so you know, it happens. My side deck, after that I went to play public events, so I changed the side deck up a little bit. It was 3 Lightning Storm, 3 Evenly, 3 Drawn Bird, 3 Ghost Ogre, which also was nice. And the last card was something to go second as well. I'm not sure what it was anymore. Oh, it was 3 Dimension Shifter, which was also great. Yeah, the side deck performed really well, because I just figured if I go first I have enough tools to play anyway, so I don't need to side in more going first cards. Like maybe something to side out goes in against Salad, but you know, we had those options, and the Dimension Shifter was clutch, Evenly was clutch. I never sided in Lightning Storm because I'd never played Control, which we should talk about matchups. So I played against Dinos round 1. That was the only time in the entire tournament that I drew well. I drew so, it was like City, Extravagance, Duality, 2 games in a row. It was so much bullshit. Round 2 I played against Salads, which I won because of the Book of Moon effect of Guru. Game 3 I played against a Dino opponent that I link summoned against. It was a really skilled player from Italy. And we drew, which is the first time in over 2 years that I actually drew a game in Yu-Gi-Oh! So that was quite the experience. Game 4 was against Lunalight, which I won. He went first full combo, I flipped up the Gozen match and we were done. The game after that was against Shadow, which was the first time I bricked 2 times in a row and I lost. I played this deck because I wanted to counter Shadows, and I lost to it, which was quite interesting because my hand was he went first, made a construct, he made a combo field, stuff like that, and I had a judgment and a strike, and another judgment and 2 called buys, and I drew a turn, final battle, and I was like, yeah, this does fuck all. Then game 2, I went first, set 3 back row in the Guru, I negated some of his stuff, but he managed to summon the Winda. Kicked over my Guru, couldn't do anything about it, couldn't recover from that, so I lost to the Shadow matchup. Then I played Spirals, which was a really fun opponent. We went back and forth so quick. After 6 minutes we were into our game 3, because it was 1-1, which was quite funny. I managed to win that game 3. Then I played against... I cannot even read my own handwriting. What does it say? I don't know. Played against Lunalight, which I lost to. He did the exact same thing as my previous opponent, but I bricked. I had a Venus, Humestrix, Cave Clash, Gozen match, and yeah, it's not gonna work out, so I lost that matchup as well. And I am really wondering what I wrote down there. The last round of day 1 was against Cyber Dragons, which I won, which was quite funny because I lost game 1 because I bricked again. Then game 2 and 3 I came back, so we won that. And then on day 2 I played against Thunder Dragons the very first round, and you would think that would be free, but my hand was Judgment, Strike, Final Battle, Venus. And yeah, he basically just played through it. I negated his stuff and then he managed to summon 1 monster and kick for game. So yeah, I built this deck specifically to counter the Luna Light matchup, the Spiral matchup, and the Shadow matchup. I didn't want to die to any of those decks. The only real weakness of the deck is people are playing Draw and Lockbird and Go and Evenly and Lightning Storm, but the judgments are there to compensate for that. So yeah, I was led first so many times. They just said, "I lost the die roll. Yeah, you can go first." And I was like, "Okay, sure, I'll go first. Do my setup, battle phase, judgment. What's it called? Evenly, negate. Main phase 2, Lightning Storm, judgment. Okay, fine. Summon a monster, strike, pass turn, win game." It happened like so many times. So yeah, like the deck worked out even when I like slightly bricked or had a bad hand. I could still play, and I reached day 2, which is impressive. I ended like 274 out of the 2,200 people that attended, which is okay. I'm just, I really hoped that it went better. I really wanted the better hands. I really wanted to go further and actually make the top. There were 2 people playing Subterror in the top cut. One of the list hasn't been shown. The other one is by a friend of mine, Bernard. His list is real spicy. He played like Phantasme main, Biru main, Evenly main. He played the Mystic Mine as well, I think it was. So he played Reincarnation, Trickstar Reincarnation in there as well. He drew on Lockbird, comboed people during the tournament. His list is crazy. Go check it out. I'll link it in the description down below. And yeah, congratulations to him. Congratulations to Bart Ladru, the top 16 Dutch player with Chateau invoked. Great accomplishment. And besides that, none of Card Guild topped, sadly. We have 3 members that reached day 2, but we all lost the first round. So yeah, shoutouts to Card Guild. Shoutouts to Team Erica, my travel buddies and friends that were there. And just shout out to all the friends over there that came and supported me. And also shout out to the one guy that let me sign his guru. That was insane. Someone actually came up to me, "I recognize you from your YouTube channel." That was insane. That was so much fun. So thank you for that. Comment down below if you have a signed Subterror guru by me. And yeah, next I'm gonna post some more content about maybe Subterror, maybe the new expansions that will come out that feature support. One thing that I do know for sure is that I will not be playing this deck for quite a while because I'm just done with it. But we'll see where things go. Maybe Dragoon will be released in the next set, and back to Subterror we are. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. I guess.